What's up, bros and hoes, whatever floats your goat? It's Relentless here, and I'm bringing you yet another Division video. Now, in this video, I'll go ahead and forewarn you, it's not necessarily that I'm being biased or unreasonable. It's just enough's enough. And I'm not the only one, it seems. I mean, you can look all over social media. You can actually look at the Division numbers and compare to just a month ago or a couple weeks ago as far as the numbers of how many Division players are on each console and PC, and you can see that the numbers are steadily, maybe not at a rapid pace, but they are diminishing quite profusely. And that's mainly due to the, I should say, lack thereof. But I have to give, Massive and Ubisoft credit. Mainly Massive that, they haven't completely dropped the Division on its head. They said that they are still, planning on taking care of the Division as far as when it comes to, maintenance and still figuring out, rebalancing issues and possibly even entering, new gear sets coming up, but this is so far away to where we're going to get, 1.7 and, possible, any new stuff. And I guess that's where I don't know, I've had enough. It's like the saying goes, a person's actions will always follow their beliefs. And my personal opinion, for what the community and the content creators have done for this game, and you as the consumer has done for this game, how much you supported it, and its roller coaster ride from birth to the way it is now, it just seems like, they would put a little more into it. And you could say, but Relentless, there's going to be another ETF, and, okay, what are they going to exactly, be testing on the ETF? Balancing. There's not really, I don't see that being, but like maybe a day or two ETF, if that's the case. Now, I'm still trying my best to be optimistic, looking forward into year 2 content, but, my hopes are dwindling. They just need to give us a bite, a piece, something tangible, even though they're tangible word, is still something to hold on to. I mean, give us something, besides just that addictiveness that this game has become to, a lot of us folks. And one myself, but then again, I did play some legendary missions today. I did go to Last Stand, and I just come to the conclusion, I mean, it's just more of the same. I still feel that the Last Stand is PvP on training wheels. I do think that they should take off normalization just for this simple fact. If they want people to keep grinding in this game and make the best of it, don't give them cop-out situations to where, it's normalization and, it doesn't matter what kind of base armor roll you get on a piece of gear, as long as it has decent major attributes and, a major stat. And it can even have, both major, minor, and, overall base, stamina or electronics or firearms roll. But yet, if it's crap armor, especially like Master Gloves and like 870s, 880s, I mean, normally if you are going into, PvP or the DZ or something like that, you would not necessarily put that. If that's all you had, yes, you would use it, but yet you would not put that at the top of the forefront of your build because, you have to think about these things and be creative when it comes to, builds, and you have to look at all the numbers and not just majors and minors, and, what's on your stamina roll or firearms or electronics. You have to, it's an overall thing, armor, main stat roll, major attributes, minor attributes, and the constant grind just to find that, that golden unicorn out there, or silver unicorn, or whatever color unicorn you prefer of, that god roll gear. But I feel like with normalization, it's just a cop-out for PvPers that don't necessarily know how to PvP. It's like the Three Stooges in there, all they want to do is run around in circles. And it seems like hipfiring has got a lot more easier, or people just figure out, hey, let's put a piece of clear tape in the middle of our screen and just use a permanent marker and put a dot. I mean, to be honest, that's one way to I guess, teach yourself to hip fire if you don't know. I mean, basically, all it is training you to center whatever you're shooting at in the middle of your screen, which is you don't necessarily have to do that that way. That's just an easier, crutch to fall back on if you're not used to hip firing. But, I know I'm ranting, but this is just my opinion. I feel that Division is on its last leg. I had a video out not too long ago, 3 months to live. And, it's coming down, a month and a half has passed, and, we're a month and a half to go, and basically there's nothing really to show for it except for more promises. But we've been promised a lot in the past. Just recently we were promised that the Casper glitch was going to be fixed. Okay, well, it wasn't. And as far as the faulty healing and health stations and incursions and whatnot, yes, that's still a problem. That's still an issue. Please, me and my group, we can tell you about those situations for, well over an hour and a half, 2 hours doing, starting out doing, incursions or whatnot. And it's really ridiculous and crazy. But they're going to get to it. Don't you worry. I mean, like a lot of things that they, said in the beginning, well, we'll get to it. We're looking into it. That's what they'd say. That was their exact words. We're looking into it. We're looking into it. And, we hear that month after month and a patch after patch. And still nothing but more broken promises. So that's why I'm not saying I'm completely done with the Division. I'm just mediocre at build videos because just for that one thing, it's a lot of work, and hats off to the content creators after Division that, grind their, pardon my language, balls off, to get those God roll pieces to make them, beautiful builds in, this game. And oh, how much I want, to cling on to this game, and it's just losing, its feel. I mean, it's getting repetitive. I mean, no offense to the everyday player out there that doesn't have time to grind, but that's the payoff for those that do. I mean, there's a lot of other things that they could, I feel they could actually do. One is take the Ninja Bike messenger bag completely out. It's worthless, it's useless. Who wants to do a legendary mission and spend, an hour and a half grinding or less, somewhere around an hour, whatever incursion it may be on legendary, especially, Falcon's Lost, especially an hour. And then you get to the end of it, and then you get that cash, and then you open it up, and instead of something that, you could use or whatever, it's the Ninja Bike messenger bag. Just get rid of it. And while you're at it, Massive, if you're actually listening, and don't just get rid of it, but actually make there something in there where if you leave it in there, and for all the other legendaries, say you already got it, Godroll Barracks, MC Gloves, or Pharaoh's Mask, or, Short Bow Knee Pads, or Colonel Bliss's Holster. If you already got, certain things, but you're still, lurking for that one, why can't you make it like if we take 6, legendary things, such as those named items or weapons, and if we deconstruct them, it'll give us materials, and with 6, we can actually, craft a random legendary item, just not being the Ninja Bike messenger bag, because I can see now if that's not fixed, changed, or rearranged, or whatnot, I mean, nobody is going to grind, and put that time in, especially if you don't have the time to do it, and then try to walk away with something decent, but yet you get stuck with the Ninja Bike messenger bag. That's just my thoughts. Try out, I know it was ETF, but try out, non-normalization. Let's see, how competitive people actually are, when they actually have to think about all main stats, and, not just the minors and the majors and, everything. Armor, base armor, all that. That's where it lost it for me and, The Last Stand. And it's like playing domination in COD. I mean, it does get repetitive after a while. You have to play it with friends. I mean, of course, that's the only thing that makes it fun. If you try to go solo and, nobody's talking on your team, there's no communication, then you're just crap out of luck. And, basically you're just going to there to get XP or whatnot and don't really care about the win or the loss. You're just there to get XP so that way you can move on to the next cache. But that's just my opinion. I do feel that the Division is on the last leg. I know many out there that will not agree with me. And there's other content creators that said, that there's still life in this game. It's not dead, and it's not lifeless, because that's the same thing, but it is dying. I mean, look at the numbers, you know, read all over Reddit, social media, and gaming communities. I mean, as soon as these new games come out, such as Destiny 2, hype is real. I'm looking forward to it. These numbers are going to dwindle even more. And, you know, for those that are like hanging on by a thread, that's on a seesaw and teeter-tottering, they're just going to move on until, you know, they come up with something that's going to bring those people back and want to make them grind for that. But nobody's going to want to grind for crap gear that's pointless in the game. I mean, no one cares about the Ninja Bike Messenger bag. Create a straw poll, do whatever. And I guarantee you, nobody would care if that's ever, you know, missing or taken out of the game. So Massive, I hope you do something and change it around. I hope you do bring more content and, you know, at least new gear sets or, you know, something tangible that we can, you know, hold on to that'll, you know, keep people entertained. But as it sits right now, you know, after a month of doing the same thing of incursions and Last Stand, you're pretty much throwing your hands up, or you get frustrated because you keep getting the same crap items and are just, you know, just tired. But that's just my 2 cents. If you have any questions, comments, or what you would want to see, or the new games that you want to see me come out with, stay tuned for Guardians of the Galaxy, a Tall Tale series coming out April 18th. I will be covering that, and we'll be playing it, live streaming it. Check out Revolution Gaming. Their Facebook link is in the description below. Also, Cinch Gaming Controllers. Use Cinch 4206 for 5% off. That link is in the description below. I appreciate all you guys' support. Please leave all your comments in the comment section below. I welcome them all. And let me know how you feel about the RNG and grinding for that and then coming away with crap stuff. But, you know, that's just my 2 cents. You know, my 2 cents may not mean much to some, but I know there are a lot of people out there that feel the exact same way I do. So let's hear those voices, because you are the revolution. You are what's going to bring on change. You are what's going to start it. So there is one solution, and it's only revolution. We'll see you guys fudging later.
Panda, 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 panda. I got broads in Atlanta, just to the lean the family. Credit cards in the scammers, hitting the licks in the van.